Welcome back to the Unboxed Advisors YouTube and Facebook page. I'm Catherine, the founder and COO of Unboxed Advisors. Guess what I am going to talk about today? One of my favorite topics is estate planning. Estate planning, depending on what state that you do live in, has different terminology and different levers available to you in the world of estate planning. The three or the trifecta that is similar really across the board are the three main documents that we're going to talk about today. One, probably you're most familiar with it, is your will or your last will in testament. This is your edict from the grave. This is how you want your assets and your items to be taken care of. This is how you want things to be dispersed upon your death. And for those who are not planning on leaving anything, I suggest the book Die with Zero. It's pretty fabulous on the how to guide on how to do that. But when it comes to your last will and testament, as someone who has worked inside of an estate planning law firm for many, many years, I can tell you that the quality of your will and the thought that you put into it is directly correlated to how your family behaves after you have departed. Death in the family either brings families so close together or totally rips them apart. So, this is your opportunity to leave your loved ones with that final word of how you want things to go. In your will, you can put in whatever it is that you want. Your engagement ring can go to this person. Your family heirlooms can go to this person. You can leave everything to charity if you want, but this is your final say of how things should go. The next document that we're going to talk about is your financial power of attorney. This is giving giving an authority to someone else that in the event that you were incapacitated or have passed away, they can do the financial items on your behalf, work alongside your bank, work alongside your insurance companies, work alongside those who are in your advisor ecosystem in order to get those financial items taken care of. So, really important that when you are crafting this document, you are naming at least one person plus a backup to the backup. So think about three people that you would like to name to be responsible for your financial livelihood in the event that you're not around to make those decisions. And with that financial component taken care of, now we got to talk about the healthcare component of it. So that is called an advanced directive, or some people might call it a healthcare power of attorney, but advanced directive is what the new kids are calling it nowadays. This is that you are incapacitated. You can no longer make health decisions for yourself. Who are you going to name with that very important decision for yourself? Again, you're going to name one individual, you're going to need a backup, and you're going to need a backup to the backup. I really encourage you to choose someone and to have those conversations with them of what that looks like and what your expectations are. Do you believe in all life-saving measures all the time? When do you want comfort care? When are you comfortable with saying, "Hey, I don't want to live on life support"? These are really kind of dark conversations to be having. But think about the flip side. If you don't have these conversations, you're leaving your fate up to someone else. And the most common mistake that I see is naming individuals as part of your plan, like the executor of your estate and the financial power of attorney and the first one who is appointed for your advanced healthcare directive. The mistake that I see all the time is not having the conversations with these people who have been appointed, sharing and communicating that they have been appointed, sharing and communicating what you would like to be done in that triggering event. So please ensure that you are visiting a attorney who is an estate planner. They should be doing this all day, every day. The best estate planners are like hairdressers. They have a long waiting list in order to get into them. Same thing with doctors. The longer the waiting list, the more it's like, okay, all right, yeah, you've got it going on. Same thing here. So you're going to work with an estate planner that is all they do. They don't dabble in anything else. They work only in estate planning. You're going to talk about those three, your last will and testament. You're going to talk about your advanced healthcare directive, and you're going to be talking about your financial power of attorney. Now, there's also different documents that come into play depending on what state that you live in. Those are trusts, pour overs. Those are different documents that you are going to want to consider with your estate planner. These documents can help fund a trust. So you can take all of your assets, all the items, and pour them over into a trust. And through that trust, you can set it up to be really sophisticated. I know for my kids, we have in place where if something should happen to myself, they receive a little bit of funds when they graduate from college, a little bit more at 30, and a little bit more at 35, just because we want to ensure that we're making good, smart decisions. So you can make it as complicated or as simplistic as possible. But the most important thing that you do is one, get your estate planning done, work with a estate planning attorney, who that is what they do all day, every day. Appoint those individuals as part of your plan, the executor of your will, your healthcare advanced directive, who you're going to appoint, the backup of who you're going to appoint, and the same thing in those financial power of attorneys. Once you have that done, sign those babies. And then the last step, beneficiary designations. Really important of why you want to work with an estate planner and not just your legal Zoom or maybe a attorney who dabbles in this. Beneficiary designations are the very last step. After you've executed all of your documents, these beneficiary designations are the individuals that you appoint to be the benefactors of your insurance, of your bank accounts, of these items. So you want to ensure that you are tidying up all of that paperwork with all of those other vendors. An estate planning attorney will be able to walk you through and do this process for you. So work with a professional, get your documents done, and make sure that you are looking through your entrepreneurial wealth through a holistic lens. I'm Catherine at Unboxed Advisors, and we will see you in the next video. If you have found this video especially helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share it with those who need to hear this message. Go and get your estate planning done, y'all. It will be your last edict from the grave and leave your family with a roadmap to treasure and not dysfunction.